Hello there, and welcome to our weather reanalysis of spring 2023. So in this video, as always, at the end of every season, we like to just go back through the archive of charts and just take a look at the weather that has unfolded over the past season. Just to say that the reason that I haven't been uploading recently is I've got state exams in June, starting on Wednesday, June 7th. So I'm busy just doing my work for those, and videos are back and up and running regularly in mid-June. So starting off with the 1st of March, with high pressure to the north of Scotland, southeast of Iceland, bringing in a chilly easterly wind. We have a section of the -5 Celsius ice storm at 850 HPA over Wales and into the Irish Sea. But otherwise, it isn't too bad. We have quite a lot of sunshine with us as well, with variable clouds. So spring 2023 starts on a dry and quite chilly note. As we push through into the next few days, we see the high pressure just moving towards Greenland a bit, and that means that the winds starts to veer northerly. The upper air temperatures show that we've got a cold blast shooting into Scandinavia, while Ireland and the UK are still fairly mild. We push through towards Saturday, March 4th and Sunday, March 5th, and the high pressure is now properly over Greenland, and low pressure is over Scandinavia, and we're starting to pull down the wind from a very cold northerly direction. This is Monday, March 6th. I think it's this day when we see the change push through. We see a cold front push southwards, followed by winds from the north. Tuesday, March 7th. This day sees snow showers across the coasts of the north and the west and the east, and bitterly cold winds from the north. As you can see from the upper air temperatures, we've got the -5 Celsius ice storm getting through towards the south coast, and the -10 Celsius ice storm getting towards Scotland. And low pressure has been displaced towards the Atlantic. We push through towards Wednesday, March 8th. We still are very cold, and at this stage, fronts are trying to break through from the south. So we've got a warm front in the Celtic Sea into the south of England. This day, I see some light snow pretty much all day, followed by a bit of sleet in the evening. Thursday, March 9th, this day sees a big area of low pressure try to displace the cold air. Widespread snowfalls across most parts of the country. Unfortunately, where I am in the southeast, we didn't get much. But in the morning, as I drove up a hill, it turned to snow. And that moment just made my day. I saw snow on this day. I saw snow. Friday, March 10th, I saw snow in the morning of this day. Again, there were widespread snowfalls across many parts of the Midlands, east and north. Where I am in the southeast, we sort of had shelter from the mountains in Wicklow, and therefore the snow sort of dried off. But at least I saw some white stuff fall down. At least. You've got to be grateful for what you see. Anyway, moving on to Saturday, March 11th, we see low pressure making more sort of like active pushing northwards as well into the Atlantic, meaning that the winds by Saturday are sort of coming up from the southwest, and the 0 Celsius ice storm makes it fully envelops the country. And the -5 Celsius ice storm is pushed towards the UK and -10 out of Scotland. Then we push through towards Sunday and Monday, and even then we're still making stabs at cold northerlies. Monday, March 13th, an active cold front does push through on this day, bringing a score line to this area and to many other parts as well. Tuesday, March 14th, we're quite chilly and dry, maybe a few showers. Wednesday, we see more winds from the southwest, and we sort of see a southwesterly, very showery spell here. We see some big downpours blossom across the west, north, especially in the Midlands. Then this pushes through to St Patrick's Day, which is quite a showery day, quite cloudy as well. Then Saturday, Saturday, March 18th. There we go. There we go. I got that. We see the winds go into a more northwesterly direction, so a cold front pushes eastwards across the country, followed by bright spells and a few showers. Then we see more mild weather off the Atlantic into the final third of March, and look at that deep area of low pressure, bringing in a mild wind from the southwest, with plenty of showers. Remember it being this was a very mild showery spell. More low pressure into the closing part of the month. We do try and put in a northerly there on the 26th briefly, before high pressure slinks eastwards into the 28th of March, before more low pressure from the west drags up that long fetch southwesterly wind laden with moisture and showers and rain and everything else. Then that deep area of low pressure pushes through towards the end of the month, and we start April 2023 on quite a cool and showery note here. As you can see, this spring hasn't been that great of a spring so far. Looking at these charts, it doesn't look that enticing, does it now? Going through towards Sunday, April 2nd, you see high pressure towards Scandinavia. We started putting the easterly wind here, although sort of failing, the high dies off, and is flattened by areas of low pressure from the Atlantic. Although in comparison to March, this spell here in early April is actually an improvement to March weather. I think we do get a couple of quite nice days around this period, Saturday and Sunday, April 8th and 9th, before we see more low pressure off the Atlantic. This was a very showery day across the country. I actually have this day recorded on a time-lapse Easter Monday. Easter Sunday was a day where we saw rain pushing eastwards, just to clarify that. Going into Tuesday, this day sees an active front push northwest across the country. There's a squall line in there as well. Lots of rain. Wednesday, very, very windy. Thursday, quite showery. This was if any day were to represent April showers, it would be Thursday, April 13th, 2023. We started off sunny, not a cloud in the sky, but the cumulus clouds just blossomed up, and they eventually bubbled up into cumulonimbus clouds. I saw some big hailstones on that day, actually. Again, this day is actually on time-lapse on this channel. Going into the middle of April, which is mid-spring, we see an attempt to get things dry. You can see the high pressure coming through the country, and it does dry things out, but doesn't necessarily warm things up. We're still quite chilly with the wind coming from the east, coming from Scandinavia and Russia. So this is quite... In the east of England, it's quite cloudy, but I think in Ireland, where we are, it actually wasn't that bad. There was some cloud, but the sunshine did poke through, and in the west, it got quite mild, actually. Temperatures towards the high teens and possibly even low 20s. I think Mount Dillon got 20 degrees on Sunday, April 16th, I believe that's true. Moving towards the end of the third week of April, and low pressure breaks through, bringing showers, and the winds go northerly in sort of like Monday 24th April, Tuesday 25th April, and that means that we go colder, obviously, but surprisingly, where I am on the southeast coast, I saw a frost on the morning of Tuesday, April 25th. Upper temperatures, cold. If we go back to 6 a.m. on this day, -5 Celsius ice, properly engulfing the country. So that is something to be. I think that's quite memorable for me, actually. It was a frost, yes, but it was a time of year that occurred. That was that was quite interesting, and remarkable. Going towards the end of the month, and we see a flimsy area of high pressure just tries to weaken the rain off. It works, but we still do see a few areas of low pressure push through. Then we move to May 2023. Now this month is the month of change in the spring. Around mid-month, we see the high pressure from the Azores. The Azores high finally pushed through, but the first half of May is still quite wet and cool at times. So we see first few days of May, high pressure towards Greenland. We're pushing the wind from the east. This is quite a warm air mass here, moving up from the south on the 3rd and the 4th of May. 4th of May, May the 4th be with you. It's also my birthday, so that sort of goes well. But it sort of dies off with rain and low pressure that comes through on the 4th of May. This day, my birthday, started off dry and sunny, but with quite a lot of high cloud. Winds from the east, quite strong. And then around 2 o'clock, rain started coming through and lasted till the end of the day. So, it was, the air mass was warm, but it was actually wasn't that warm on the surface. Pushing towards Friday, May 5th, we see more low pressure from the Atlantic, and we see a westerly spell here. Let's say Monday, May 8th, saw thunderstorms break out, sort of like in the South Midlands, and pushed northeastwards. Dublin and Wicklow got a right old battering, as well as Carlow and Kilkenny and Kildare, that sort of region there. A right old battering from thunderstorms. I'm in County Wexford, which means that I missed out. So I was quite envious of this day. I was quite envious, to say the least, of those further north. If you did see storms or heavy rain on that day, please do comment down below and tell me what it was like, because I'm quite interested and envious. But let's just forget that. Let's just say that I'll be interested. Okay. So please do comments. Going towards Wednesday, May 10th, we sort of see a showery area of low pressure. Thursday, May 11th, sees this trough here, bringing some very heavy downpours to the east of the country. I saw a thunderstorm, a thunderstorm on that day even. There we go. Warnings for the east of the country. Then we start to see the change around Friday, May 12th. Ridge of high pressure pushes through the country from the Azores, okay? Thursday, May 11th and Wednesday, May 10th. The Azores high, this area of high pressure, this semi-permanent area of high pressure towards the Azores, starts to ridge northwards for Scandinavia and Ireland, and starts to bring dry weather. Little breakdown there, sort of around the 14th of May. We usually see a front push through, but Monday, May 15th, the high pressure pushes through again, initially in quite a cool air mass, but everyone was saying that it was actually quite hot on this day. Then going through, the high pressure just stays around, bringing plenty of dry and fine weather. So it's starting off cool, but getting warmer. The high pressure does push west at times, but overall, I mean, for me, it hasn't rained since May 14th. And we see the high pressure just there. Upper temperature is sort of like about 5 degrees, 5 to 10 degrees. So it's very warm and dry. We see away from the east coast, 20 plus degrees widely in this sort of time. And we finish on Tuesday, May 30th. Now, I know that Wednesday, May 31st should be here, but really there isn't really a difference between Tuesday, May 30th and Wednesday, May 31st. So we finished spring 2023 with high pressure south of Iceland and west of Scotland, bringing in the wind from the east, and we're quite warm with a 10 Celsius ice term through the country. So that was our little reanalysis of the weather over spring 2023. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been quite a miserable one up until mid-May, but we have broken out of the wet stuff now, and we're into quite a nice summer pattern even. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see what summer has to bring. Bye for now.